ahead and get some of this. And we're just gonna layer it over top.
I would spread that one out a bit.
Yeah, and I'm gonna use a little bit of water to spread this out really thin.
You don't want to lose that orange.
No. Well, I'm also gonna go back in with some orange after this as well.
Okay, do a highlight.
Yeah, do a highlight. Just to pop it in the like wider areas.
Can you push it towards the other mini? Yeah, that's better.
There we go. Better? Good, excellent. But yeah, it's blending, it's like smoothing.
Yeah, Jesse says this makes him want to try painting some plague marines like this. Do a base of orange and sponge purple over that.
Ooh, that would be really cool.
Yeah,
I would
see this now using a sponge.
Oh yeah, no, I have even sponges actually that I could.
Not for this.
No, I won't do it now because it's at this point there's no point. Yeah. But you could totally sponge this like color palette onto, especially plague marines would be really cool. Like doing a whole squad of poxwalkers like this would be neat too to go with them. Doing typhus in this color palette with a squad of poxwalkers along with the bell guy so that they can all run. That would be cool. I'm also going to layer the shade a little heavier in certain areas to just sort of give it a organic sort of flow that we were already getting with what we'd already done, if that makes sense. But yeah, I think this is working really, really well. It's also making that purple a little bit more red, which is what I wanted, because the original color, the Magos purple, actually can be quite a more red-violet color. And this wash is kind of pulling that back in, which I like.
On camera, it's really dark in some areas.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not actually in real life.
It's not what? Speak up.
It's not, so he's saying that in some areas it looks really, really dark.
Can you rotate the piece? Just do a 360 with it. Stop and move your hand away. Yeah, it looks more consistent at that angle.
Okay, yeah,
so you can move back to where you want. I'm just trying to show how the lighting made it look different.
No, that makes sense. But yeah, no, I'm just basically spreading it around and letting it flow into all the grooves and everything. But I don't mind if certain areas are a little heavier than others because I do want it to have a little bit more of an organic flow. But man, shades were just really make everything look so much better.
Reuse water to spread it around.
Yeah. Very nice, very nice. That is looking good.
It's edible once.
I mean, yeah, you could eat it once. I wouldn't recommend it. But you could eat it once. Man, this is looking like progressively more cool, and I'm very happy.
See, now it almost looks like a bloody piece of dinosaur flesh. In the best way possible.
It's one that is he's been through the ringer.
I mean, it's a mushroom hat, right? Like, you wouldn't, if someone handed you that out of context, you wouldn't know what the hell it was.
Oh, heck no. No, out of context, I would not know. I'd be like, this is interesting. Thank you.
Right now, it looks like what you're doing is painting like someone took a chunk out of a T-Rex.
Right. And just handed it to you, and you're like, oh, here you go. Thank you.
Use this as a canvas.
Use this as a canvas.
Yeah, this does make me want to, like, see you paint a Saurus.
Yeah, no, doing a Saurus would be really cool. I've thought about it. We just don't own him.
Well, only there was a game store that we could go to purchase such things.
If only there was a game store we could go to purchase such things. Where will I find that?
Sadly, capitalism has not provided us with such an opportunity.
It has not. Capitalism has failed us on this day. It is terrible.
This is the weird techno talk portion of the music.
Oh yeah, I should put my headphones back on so I can listen.
You're not hearing
I'm not even hearing it. No, hold on. Let me just get my headphones back on. Thanks for your patience. All right, there you go. Now I can listen to these fine tunes instead of just the clicking of this mini back and forth on this mat. I'm sorry if that's annoying for anybody. I kind of hoped it was more ASMR-y.
I don't know if people are hearing it.
Good, excellent. I also am glad if no one's hearing it. I think the thing that I like that's happened the most, and I don't know how much it's actually showing up on screen, but there are points where I think the wash has actually pushed some of the purple tone off, or it's just accenting where the purple tone I didn't actually dry brush it super well onto it, so it's showing a little bit more of the Wraith Bone, but the Wraith Bone has now sort of picked up the tint of the wash, and so it's this really like subtle, almost airbrushy fade that's happening, and it's really kind of cool. And I don't know how much it's showing up on screen.
Not really.
Okay, well, it's kind of neat in real life. It also is making it look a little patchy in some areas and I don't know if that's also showing up on screen. So
there's definitely like areas of orange bleeding through.
Well, that's fine. I don't mind if.
No, it looks good. Nothing else bad.
Okay, cool. I was gonna say, like, if there's a lot of orange bleeding through, that I actually don't mind. I'm okay with that. It's more like there's a spot right here where I can tell that it's mostly just the Wraith Bone with the wash over top of it, but I don't know if that's coming across on screen. And then also over here, like, there's a lot of really heavy purple right there, but like directly below it on the exact same portion of the miniature, it's showing more of the Wraith Bone, and I doubt you're seeing that. But when I dry brush with the lighter purple after this wash that I've done now is dried, it should be fine. Like that should get covered eventually. But yeah, so you can actually kind of see on the paper towel here, this is what the color is. It's a very just deep, almost like plum wine color. It's really nice. I like it a lot. It especially works well for washing purples or oranges or reds. Or Nazdrag yellow with like, or the Retributor gold. Anything that you're using as a gold tone washes well in it, because it just, if you're going for like a reddish gold hue, it works pretty well. Well, while that is drying, I'm probably going to start dry brushing this portion of the miniature. I don't want to do the teal yet, because while I have the concept of using this blue, I'm not 100% sure on it yet, and so I might do that off camera later. So for now, we're just going to add to this, blend this to make it look the same. All right. Yeah, that'll look cool. Yeah, I'm actually very glad we didn't go with the more traditional look, the red and white. While I think that could be very cool, and I've seen some paint jobs that use that on this figure, and it looks really neat. Like, I'm really enjoying this Remy Tim look, as ridiculous as it is. I'll have to at Jeremy Dooley on Twitter when I post it. It will be great. You know, honestly, I don't even really think I needed the Wraith Bone. I didn't Wraith Bone this, and I just went ahead and started doing the purple. And I think because this purple is opaque enough, because it's a layer, it's just, and the contrast is transparent enough, it would have worked fine. It's getting some nice, like, blending anyways. Has anybody been playing anything cool while they've been isolated, either tabletop or otherwise? I haven't played a whole lot of board games or anything yet. Mostly just been doing the hobby side, but I know that John has been playing Doom, and I've been watching him play that, and it's been super rad. Bannerlords has been really good too. I haven't seen him play too much of that, but I've sort of peeked at it, and he's been having fun with that. I've been playing a lot of Total War. I still play a lot of that. I've also been playing a lot of RimWorld. Felt it was appropriate for what the time. I should get. I actually really want to try Plaguing. For the irony of that right now.
The game's been out forever.
I know it's been out forever. Heck, we sell it in the store. We did. I don't know.
Oh, even the board game.
Well, no, I want to try the digital version. I want to try the digital version of Plaguing because I don't have the board game version, but I think playing the board game version would be fun. I'm curious how many people have played Pandemic.
I don't know why the music went quiet.
Huh, I don't know. Maybe it just decided it had enough. It was offended by our conversation.
There we go.
Yay, music's back. Ooh, maybe a little too hard. Don't press so hard with your dry brushing that you accidentally scrape the paint off. That is bad. Just cover that right back up. Oh yeah, we John and I talked a little bit about it while I was on my break, but if you guys haven't looked outside, the moon is like super big right now and very bright. It is quite cool. You guys should all check it out if you have not already. Unless you're just like against looking at the moon and cool things, I guess. And then maybe don't, but that's a choice.
You doing okay
It's a choice.
there, Angela?
Oh yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good. I'm just trying to be like funny. Hopefully it's.
You're always funny.
I am not always funny. Don't say such things. Nice, nice. I have not played the. I'm assuming you're talking about the remake of Resident Evil 3. I have not played that yet. We're thinking about doing it possibly for our video game YouTube channel. Chemical Rabbit, but we haven't decided yet. But I am interested in doing Resident Evil 3 or playing Resident Evil 3. I never played the original because I am a fake geek girl, obviously. But I think this is a good time as any. Nice, nice. How do you like using Tabletop Simulator for doing like tabletop wargaming?
That's the Barnes & Noble game.
Yeah, that's the we have the starter set for that in real life. for Blitz Bowl. Sorry, I had to scratch this itch on my face. But yeah, no, that sounds really cool. I want to play. We haven't gotten around to it yet. I'm hoping maybe like this weekend or something, if things are a little bit more chill. Playing a little bit more Blackstone Fortress. We've been playing some of that. And I really have I been in charge?
I've been working. You're in charge of the extra stuff.
That's true. I should set up Blackstone Fortress for us after work, after John's off work one day, so we can actually play that, because I've actually really been wanting to do that. I also want to finish getting those miniatures painted up, so maybe that'll be what I do for like another paint night or something after this is done. Because those miniatures are really cool. They're smaller, but they have a lot of really fun detail. And the contrast paint, I know, sticks to them, so they might be a little quicker. That's looking pretty good, though, actually. Like, it's definitely blending with that well. Although that definitely still needs to dry. There's a little bit of pooling. I might dab some of that up. Sorry, I had the hiccups there for a little bit. Don't want the shades to pool too much. Like, I don't mind sometimes if they pool a little bit, especially on these more organic pieces, but some of these were pooling a little too much, I think. So just spread that color out around a little bit more. That'll also help finish letting it dry. Yeah, see, there was way too much in that area. Look how much I spread around. Yeah, that's looking better. Looking better. Cool. Alright, so we spread that around so it's not pulling too much now. And honestly, this is... I'm gonna get one of my smaller brushes. I need to go back in with a little bit more orange because I completely like just ignored that section, but I want a bit more control. So we're gonna grab one of our smaller tipped brushes and go in and just be a little bit more controlled. Nice. Yeah, no, I definitely want to play it. I don't know if we've picked it up yet, but it's on our list.
You have the remake of 2, we don't have 3 yet.
Okay, we have the remake of 2, but we don't own the remake of 3, but it's on the list, so we'll definitely pick it up. Is there continuity between the two of them? I didn't really think that it was like... I knew there was... Well, no, I knew there was some. I didn't know, like, you don't have to play 2 before you play 3, right? Or is it just recommended? Because someone in chat I see is recommending playing 2 before 3. Somebody in chat was recommending playing 2 before 3. Is that, like, I didn't think there was that much continuity.
It's not so much that, but it's also just gameplay development. If you play 3 and then go back to 2, you're playing less developed game at this point.
Oh, I guess that's
So
true.
you know,
Yeah, for like...
You won't enjoy this part, whereas if you play 2, you'll enjoy it, and then play 3. That's how I would view that.
Okay, nice. And then G-Daddy Cliff was saying that Blitz Bowl is a little clunky at first, but it's easy enough to learn. So that's cool. That's awesome. Yeah, we haven't really looked too much into Tabletop Simulator just because most of the stuff that we play is 2-player friendly enough, so we can just, you know, play at home. Despite the fact that we both have the program and everything, but maybe it was something to look into a little bit more, especially for like actually being able to play Warhammer or something. Because I've seen that they have like entire like armies and factions like completely built out in there. I think mostly pulled from what is it? What's that RTS? Dawn of War. Yeah, I think they're pulled from Dawn of War. A lot of them.
Models.
Yeah, a lot of the models that they use in the Warhammer, like on Tabletop Simulator, are from Dawn of War. Because they have pretty good models in that game. So what I'm doing now is I'm going back in with the orange and cleaning up the edges, like I was saying, because I just want to have a little bit more of a defined edge there before I put the shade on. Because I don't want too much of that Wraith Bone to just be the shade color at the edge here. I'd actually prefer it to be a darker, just of this orange and the purple, because I still haven't decided what I'm going to do with that, but I want to be able to blend it in a little bit more than just having that red. Should probably close this paint pot so it doesn't dry out or get knocked over. We don't want to knock over any paint. I've done that a few times while we've been on quarantine, and I felt very bad about it. Both were which of pots that I did not have additional colors of. Some of them I did grab extras before we were all closed and locked away. Yeah, that's better. That is better. I really do like this orange and purple color together. I also had thought originally about doing like a teal and pink, but I think this works better.
So also in 4 days, it doesn't matter what other video games do.
Why? What happens in 4 days?
Oh man, 7.
That's true. In 4 days, it doesn't matter what other video games exist. Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 1 will be out, and I cannot wait. It will be glorious. Like Bobby Roode. Because we're going to bring it back to wrestling, guys. He wasn't. I know, I'm so sorry. It is almost... Oh no, I'm off camera. So sorry. Hopefully I wasn't off camera for too long. Sorry, because I'm doing detail work and because my eyes are a little tired, I'm like, I need to see this. I can't. And then I pull it closer to myself and then it goes off camera.
It is reaching 8:30. Stop.
I am actually at a point where I can like wrap up just because I'm having to wait for things to dry. So if you guys don't mind, I think we're going to call it. I want to thank everybody for joining me this evening on the stream. I would like to especially thank Games of Berkeley for hosting us. You can find them on all social media at Games of Berkeley. And you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and on Twitch at hobby_night. And then you can find me on YouTube, which is where I post most of my content, at just Hobby Night. If you want to see us play video games, if you're bored and have no one else to watch play video games, we do have our video game channel, which is Alchemical Rabbit. We just wrapped up our Vampire the Masquerade, and we're starting our Total War, where we were playing... I'm playing Empire, so I have my Reichsgott Knights, and I'm Karl Franz, and John is playing as Ikit Claw of the Skaven faction, which is why on our vlogs on Hobby Night, you might see me painting many little rests of Clan Scryer, indeed. But yes, I make sure you guys check out the store when we start back up, and are back able to open up for business and everything. Check out what we're posting about, because we do host these events in store. Normally Paul is in charge of them. He is a great instructor. He's great with the community. We have like a really good group that comes in, so feel free to join us if you're in the Berkeley area. But I hope you guys have had a great time. And and I will see you all next week.